Hello folks, Shadefire here, and today we're continuing Jurassic Park the game with episode 12. Last time we started off episode 4 by finding out what Telltale's new dinosaur monster they added into this was, and it's the Troodon, which for some reason has giant luminous lamp eyes and hallucinogenic venom, and lays eggs inside of things' chests. But that's neither here nor there. We're now in the tunnels trying to figure out which way to go to get to the marine exhibit. So we're at this puzzle with the schematics. And essentially we just have to pick which one of these is the right one while eliminating the other three. And each of these, this is the way we came from. So we just have to have the three characters describe their tunnels and try to match it up with these here.
Okay, these symbols are access ladders. These thick lines represent large pipes. The circles are water tanks. And these boxes with the crosses in them are power relays or transformers.
Does it help any?
Not on its own, but I can tell that the different intersections seem to have some small inconsistencies in layout.
Alright, so let's start with Gerry here. And first things first, let's pop our flare. So now we can see the whole extent of the tunnel.
There's a big yellow pipe going down the left wall. It crosses over the ceiling partway down the corridor.
Alright.
There's a ladder on the right, and on the far wall at the end.
Two ladders, and a pipe.
It looks like the corridor ends in a T intersection.
And that just tells you which one of them they are. That doesn't change. I don't know if the rest of this changes, though.
I see some sort of water tanks at the end of the hall.
Alright, so with all that, we should be able to eliminate at least one of these. So Gerry's the intersection on the left there. He said that there is a pipe that goes on the left wall and then crosses over, which you can see that kind of is the case for all of them, so that doesn't really help us. Water tanks at the end of the hall. You can see this one doesn't have that, so we can just cross that off.
What do you think, Jess? Probably not this one?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Jess, you're not very helpful here. So that leaves us with... Oh, wait, actually one of these we can eliminate too. I forgot which side the ladder was on.
There's a ladder on the right, and on the far wall at the end.
Okay, so the ladder's on the right. Let's go back to our schematic here. Thankfully, we don't have to do this on a time limit like some of the other puzzles. Okay, so the ladder's on the right wall. This one's on the left wall, so we can eliminate
I'm
that
just
one,
going to
too.
cross this one off.
Okay, I hope you're right.
Alright, now let's head over to Nima, pop her flare that she somehow has, despite using it already.
There's a big yellow pipe that goes down a bit on the left and then crosses over to the other side.
So, same pipe situation for her.
There are these two big electrical boxes of some kind on the right. The tunnel goes straight and then turns to the right. I see two ladders along the left of the tunnel.
Alright, so Nima's intersection is the one that branches off here. Two ladders along the left, electrical boxes on the right, pipe that crosses, so those all match up for both of these, so she's no help. So let's go to Billy.
There's a set of water tanks partway down the corridor on the right. This tunnel only goes down a few dozen yards to a dead end. I see one ladder at the end of the hallway.
Alright, so we don't have a lot of clues there, but that should eliminate what we have left. So this one's a little tricky. You can see that for the most part these two are the same. The difference is she said that the tanks are only part way down the hallway, so it's this one and not this one. So this one we can eliminate.
I don't think it's this one.
How can you keep them all straight?
So that process of elimination leaves it to be this one.
We could be here.
I guess they all kind of look the same.
Okay, everyone, I think I've got it.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. We must be here. It's the only one that completely matches our surroundings. Okay, here we are. The desalination plant is here.
We're not that far.
No, we follow this route here. We follow any water mains at junctions in the direction of convergence. Even still, there's barely any turns. Look, just memorize this route.
What is it?
And of course, Billy has another flare also, for some reason.
Oh my god!
How come their eyes weren't glowing there?
Jess!
They're afraid of the flare!
I can see this. Get behind me.
Like in every other dark scene, you can see their luminous eyes, but here, you couldn't see them for some reason.
Go! Go! Go!
Really, Jess?
Move over!
Jesse!
Gerry, come on!
Oh God, Jess! Oh, what have I done?
Gerry.
I just left her down there. I have to go find her.
What? Back down there? With those monsters? No, Gerry. She needs you safe. Jess is a strong and resourceful girl. She's doing like we are doing. Surviving.
You can't know that. I won't leave her to those animals.
Gerry, look at me. If we go back down there, we won't make it to the bottom of that ladder. The others escaped down the tunnel we were gonna follow. We know where they're going.
The marine exhibit. That's where Laura would take her.
And Yoder is with them.
Oh God.
If we're going to join them again,
He doesn't have that
is
much
where
confidence
we
in
have to
Yoder.
go, the quickest way we can.
You're right. We should be able to make better time over land.
Can you get us there?
I mean, Sorkin did say we have to go north.
It must be to the north, near the outlet of the river.
Big river? With many falls?
Yeah, the big river.
Okay, good. That's something. Let me get my bearings, and we'll figure out how to get there. Por el amor de Dios.
Do you know where we are?
Let me think. It's been so long. This is my first time back on the island in nearly 12 years. Ingen has changed it so much.
I hope you all want to get to know Nima some more, because this is her character-building moment. Unless we say we don't have time. But that wouldn't be the LP way.
Nima, this island. There's more to it, isn't there? To you, I mean.
Yes, it is very dear to me.
Tell me.
I grew up here, you know, below those trees. My people were fishermen. We would make our homes near the water during the fishing season. I loved the water. I would swim in the ocean.
I mean, we just said we were in a hurry to,
So
make sure
far.
Jess wasn't eaten.
That's
but
why my father called
let's
me
take a
Nima.
break and get to know
I
each
could
other.
Go anywhere. Run in the jungle, climb the trees. These monsters. There was never anything like them on this island before. It was all very peaceful before Ingen bought the island from Costa Rica.
I see now. You and your family used to live on this island?
My family, everyone, my whole tribe. This had been our home for thousands of years.
Also, she never mentions it here, but it's assumed that Oscar was also from
the
this
island
island.
is so different now. I know the island. It's part of me. But when Ingen came to the island, important men from Costa Rica came and asked my father to go back with them. They wanted my father to make a good impression so that Costa Rica could ask Ingen for a good deal of money for our island. When he was in Costa Rica, he was asked to cut his hair and wear a suit so that he wouldn't seem simple to the Ingen people.
Spared no expense. Hammond. The man who made all this. He runs InGen. It's something he always says. He'll spend whatever it takes to make the park a success.
So, he spent it all on the dinosaurs, not on my people. I felt as I feel now. My father was different. I knew him, but some part of him had been lost.
I'm sure it was a very difficult time for your father.
I know he wanted what was best for our people. He was too trusting. They took advantage of him.
He sounds like a brave man. Were you too close?
When we were on the island, yes. We were always together. My father was an awa, a spiritual healer. He sang for Sibo, who created the earth. He was very important to our tribe. But after we left the island, he would not keep up the old traditions. He was always unhappy.
What is Sibo?
That mountain there. It is like a house, my father said. My people believe that the animals of the world built it. Before InGen. And my father and I would go to the ocean to fish. When
not
I would
Watson,
swim in the
but that
ocean, my
was
father would say,
Illisorna.
Nima! Little fish! Little fish, do not swim so far. I cannot catch you so far out. When InGen came to move us to Costa Rica, I became very angry with my father. Whatever he would tell me to do, I would refuse. But he would never be angry with me. He would say that I am a fish who would never eat the fisher's bait. He was right. To me, everything had a string attached.
You remind me of Jess. I mean, that's how it used to be with us before the divorce. I'd take her to the museums or to the zoo. She'd always climb up onto things, such a climber. She can't not climb over things, into things. Climbed into a tiger pen once. With a live tiger.
But not anymore.
No, things haven't been the same since the divorce. Do you still blame him for everything?
No, I have forgiven him. I know to blame InGen now. He would always remind me of my stubbornness. I believe that's how I must always be. No ties, no temptation. But then I had Atlanta, my mariquita. She is almost of an age where she will outgrow my protection. Young girls on the streets in my neighborhood, they get snatched up by local cartels, run drugs, or worse, some just disappear. Now there is no choice. Everything I do for her. Now I am the fisher, and at the same time, I have come to a way in my life where I must always chase the bait.
You named your daughter Atlanta?
Wait, is her name Marquita or
It's a
Atlanta?
beautiful name. I named her after the city. That's where I will take her after this job.
That's a good, strong name. And a good city.
I want for Atlanta to be free. I want for her to have opportunities that I didn't have. I just hope I can be there for her the way my father was there for me. She can be stubborn like her mother used to be and refuse the fisher's bait. I think I know now it's a good way to be. I think that my father believed that too.
Jess changed my life too. She was my second wife, second daughter. Apparently I'm the genetic carrier of rebellion because both my daughters got it. I worked so hard to protect Jess and keep her out of trouble.
I pretty much
What
did
about
nothing
you?
for Sarah, though.
Did you turn out so good because your parents kept you out of trouble?
Me? I was a little
She went
hellion
off with
myself.
a mathematician.
Uncontrollable.
All that chaos theory.
It's in my genes. Oh, now you know this is different. Still, one thing Jess really hasn't had in her life is a present father figure. Well, you've turned into quite the capable woman. Your father must be very proud of you.
Thank you, Gerry. I should have realized that sooner, though.
I'm sure he knew. Nima, look,
What is it?
Let's be friends.
Nima, I want to trust you. Help me get Jess off this island, and I will do whatever I can to help you and your daughter.
I could not hold you to that, Gerry.
If we don't get off this island, you might not have to. Please.
All right, Gerry. Enough talk.
You know where we are?
I have a good idea. It's a difficult hike. Do you feel rested?
Hungry. A little thirsty, but I just want to get to Jess.
Good.
It's a really weird transition there between their talk and her saying she knows where they are.
Did you guess Dilophosaurus?
Hello?
That was actually the call of a whooping swan. Dinosaurs shared many features with modern-day birds. For instance, we now know that many theropod dinosaurs from the Jurassic period's vocal organs are just like modern birds.
So it turns out the tour car survived its run-in with Rexy, who, being tranquilized, probably just passed out behind it.
To let you stretch your legs and take photographs of our animals. Next stop, the Jurassic Park Marine Facility and Aquarium.
Would you look at this?
So no real explanation of how they survived that last call there. Just, nope, now they're in the marine
What
facility.
are they?
They look like feeder tanks. This could be a hatchery.
A hatch or what?
They're raising these
Really,
fish
Jess?
to feed another animal, like at Marine World.
Like the killer whales?
Precisely.
That's a lot of fish. How many whales are they feeding?
I don't know. It looks like each of these tanks could feed 3 or 4 orcas per day.
Oh, you're a fish expert now.
I can make an educated guess.
Look, there's a sign over there. It looks like a schedule or something.
This is a hatchery. That's the stocking schedule for the tanks.
Something tells me these fish aren't for feeding whales, huh, Doc?
Ugh. She just looks so disgusted every time he says something.
Hold up. I hear something.
I guess she couldn't let bygones be bygones.
All clear.
Dad!
Jess. Oh, thank God. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Just, can we go home now?
I'm so glad you two are safe, Gerry. How did you manage to get here?
We climbed out of the tunnels through a service hatch near one of the tour routes. Luckily, someone left the tour program running. Thanks.
You mean...
Dr. Sorkin, the phones are not working.
I'm sorry?
There is no dial tone. You said the phones would be working here.
That's odd. My control terminal showed that the main lines here were active. Unless... Of course. Everything is controlled by the computer systems, even the phones. If the power outage outlasted the battery backups, then the system is probably just waiting to be booted up.
Get us to the phones, Doc. We don't have a lot of time.
Mr. Yoder, I refuse to be pushed around by you any longer.
Look, this isn't a day trip. If we don't contact InGen and get another helicopter out here for you all, the next flight over the island is going to be a wing of B-52s carrying holy hellfire.
What?
Probably
That's
shouldn't
right,
tell
Doc.
the dinosaur hippie
We're gonna
that.
murder all your precious little pets and sink this island into the Pacific.
Dios mío. That's what you meant by ground zero?
Yeah, that's right.
Why didn't you tell me earlier? This is my home.
What do you mean you're home? I didn't tell you earlier because
thought
I thought we'd be
Atlanta's
off
your
the
home
island
now.
by now.
Or will be your home.
This island is the ancestral home of her people.
Wait. What is Dr. Sorkin doing?
Laura. Wait, what are you...
Where is she going?
I don't know. This rotunda. It's where the control room is. She's going to the phones without us.
Damn it! Get that elevator back up here!
Wow, they've really made a lot of progress in construction here. Paleozoic, huh? Well, most of the specimens here aren't really from the Jurassic period anyway.
So how about that human antagonist? Alright, so before we can continue after Sorkin, we have to solve a puzzle to get the elevator back.
What is that supposed to be?
I don't know. Looks like a mosasaur.
Mosa, what? It looks kind of scary.
Well, it's sort of a sea lizard of sorts. You think of a big moray eel with a crocodile head.
Croco eel? Great. Sounds charming.
Don't worry, there are no sea creatures on my list of park animals.
Then what are all the feeder fish for?
Feeder fish?
Yeah, we came through a big room filled with tanks of fish. Laura said they were for feeding other animals, like whales.
Well, let's not jump to any conclusions.
I think we can jump to some conclusions already.
Paleozoic. From oldest to newest. Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, Permian. Interesting concept. Living fossils. I guess you can't expect a mosquito to feed on fish swimming hundreds of meters under the sea.
This little pool's cool. Were these creatures all cloned like the dinosaurs?
No, these aren't actually extinct animals, Jess. They live in the oceans today. They're called living fossils because they haven't evolved much from the ancient fossil forms discovered by paleontologists.
Oh, is that a horseshoe crab?
Could be. To be honest, I don't really know all that much about sea fauna.
Fauna.
Jess, I'm a dinosaur vet, not a marine biologist. So of course, as he mentions there, it wouldn't make sense for them to have any sort of marine dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, because how would a, mosquito feed on a undersea creature, even if something like a mosasaur that would have to surface occasionally to breathe? Obviously, they wouldn't be up long enough for a mosquito to suck blood out of them in the middle of the ocean and then fly back. So it would be pretty much impossible for there to be any marine dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, right? Oh, let's just not talk about it.
How you holding up, Jess?
I can't stop shaking. I'd literally rather be back in jail for shoplifting. I'm just so tired of running, Dad.
I know, me too. But we're safe for now.
Also, are you curious how things are gonna resolve with those Troodons? Well, too bad, because we're never gonna see them again. I don't really think that's much of a spoiler. They just get no resolution. Kinda like the Raptors too, I guess. The Raptors just left. And, fancy Scarface Raptor got its revenge and ran off.
How did you two get here so fast?
A tour vehicle picked us up.
Great. Here I was running for my life in those tunnels, and you two are on a date.
A date? Give me a break.
Alright, so let's
I'll be by the elevator, alright?
Okay, Dad.
fuck around with the elevator.
Great. Where would the training manual be?
Well, Jerry, usually you press a button and the elevator comes. But you can see here that this is a fancy setup, so we're going to have to go to the info desk to figure out how this thing works.
Information. Sure could use some now. Oh good, instructions. Insert operator's key into key slot. Okay, etc., etc. Code expires in 24 hours. Morning operations reset procedure. Turn key counterclockwise to input notch and hold for 3 seconds. Keypad will reset and beep 3 times. Turn key clockwise to reset. Enter previous code, then new code. Huh, that's easy enough.
It's like the instructions for a keep talking and no one explodes module. So we need to know the code before we can enter the code. We need both the old code and the current
Very
code.
clever. Looks like they're
Is what it
using
sounds like,
numbers
but
from
we
the
actually
dates
just
of
need
the
the previous
Paleozoic
code.
era as daily key codes. Okay. So the plaque for the Paleozoic era preceded the oldest period at the display. Maybe the sequence doesn't start at the beginning of the week.
Yeah, so
Today is Saturday. I need Friday's code.
it doesn't actually start in order. You can see Paleozoic is there, and
There's enough here for me to
Carboniferous is
deduce the
there.
order. If I can just recall the order of the display.
so basically all we need is the very top one for Paleozoic, or for what's after Paleozoic, since Paleozoic's the first one. And if we look here, I know what the answer is, but we're going to look at it anyway, damn it.
Paleozoic, Cambrian, Ordovician, Silurian, Devonian, Carboniferous, Permian.
And it's Permian. And that's really all we need to know to solve that puzzle.
I'll be over by the info desk, okay?
Yeah, Dad.
Well, aside from remembering where we have to put the key for how long. Alright, so now we can solve this. Thankfully, we don't have to memorize the number.
Permian. Sounds right.
Gerry will just use
Okay,
whatever number we
best
put there.
guess.
Alright, now let's head back over to the elevator.
Is everything all right between you two?
Mind your own business and get the elevator running.
I wasn't talking to you.
No more fighting. Things are bad enough as they are.
Oh, what was that? You see something appear behind Nima for a second there? Alright, so we gotta turn this to... No, that side arrow is just you to walk away. So we turn this to input for 3 seconds. And then we turn it to reset.
9251. All right, new code. Let's keep it simple.
Now I don't know why Sorkin didn't have to enter a code. Maybe she did enter a code, but she wouldn't know the code because it doesn't actually say it here, but if you read her journal, she says that she'd had no idea the marine exhibit existed.
Hey, don't open that. Are you crazy? Someone will see.
Relax.
See what?
Damn it, you careless idiot.
What was that thing? Some kind of spy gear?
Yeah, that's right. Top secret. In fact, if you tell anyone about it, I'll have to kill you.
You won't lay a finger on her.
I was just kidding around.
Were you, though?
Everyone, I got the elevator working.
About time.
What's going on here?
Nothing. We're all cool.
Doesn't even try to hide the canister now, just whatever. Jess will remember that.
Oh, jeez, get over it. Let's go. We don't got all day.
Dad, my ears.
Attention,
What's
guests.
going on?
The Lagoon Rotunda and Spectacular is housed in a pressurized underwater environment. We suggest you pinch your nose and push your breath to equalize your ears while we descend.
So
If
this
you
whole
experience
segment
any
is the
lasting
part that I
discomfort or feel
actually think is pretty
unusually
cool.
giddy, let your attendant know immediately.
Giddy?
They're talking about nitrogen narcosis. It's a risk of breathing pressurized air.
What makes you the expert?
I, saw it in a movie. Whoa! Is that where we're going?
Also,
I think
finally,
so.
this reminds me a lot of parts from Jaws 3, the one with the whole marine life exhibit park thing, which also has an underwater section like this. But luckily, there are no marine dinosaurs,
expecting any
so
of this.
nothing bad will really
This
happen.
is so cool.
Careful. I'll lead.
Cool. Look at that.
Look at that, a fence.
I want to speak with Hammond.
I don't know why that's cool.
No, this can't wait. Can you connect me to Mr. McGuire? Or no, Peter Ludlow.
Well, Ludlow got eaten, so
Please
probably
hurry.
not.
No, look. This is Dr. Laura
Oh,
Sorkin.
I have a
I
bad
am an
feeling
employee
about
of the
this.
park. I am still on the premises. Get me somebody. Mr. Parker, I do not need rescuing. I do not want the bombing waylaid. I want it stopped.
Alright, we're going to call it here for episode 12 of Let's Play Jurassic Park the Game, because the next episode I think is going to be pretty neat, if you're like me and you like undersea stuff. But until then, I've been Shadefire, this is Jurassic Park the Game, and we'll probably have about... I think I'll break it up into 2 episodes. The next one will probably be all the marine stuff, and then there's one more section at the end. And then we'll see both the endings, because there are 2 of them, and I will replay through this episode to get the second one, because, again, if you do scenarios, you can't actually see the ending. Until then, you folks all take care.